Welcome back to slprimestudio YouTube channel. I'm Samit, and I use voicemaker.in to produce my own voiceovers for my own video. I invite you to watch the entire video. I hope that you can get some knowledge regarding Photoshop. If this video is useful, feel free to join with me. Today I'm sharing with you a very important tool which is most commonly used in Photoshop. Let's get right to it and talk about the topic. Today I talk about the rectangular marquee tool, and I will show you how to use it practically in Photoshop. Making rectangular selections inside an image requires the usage of the rectangular marquee tool. We regularly utilize the marquee tool to create selections, clip off portions of images, or apply color fills. The rectangular marquee tool is hidden in the upper corner of the toolbar. You can hold and click on the mark tool icon and click the rectangular marquee tool. The shortcut of the tool is M. You can press M on the keyboard and open the marquee tool quickly. You have access to a number of options in the options bar while utilizing the marquee tool. These modifications can help you make a better selection. First we talk about those with examples. There are 4 types of selection style. You can see 4 square on the bar. Then you can select the new selection. After that, when you drag your cursor, you can create new selection. You can draw any size of selection from this option like this. You can move your selection area via using mouse and arrow keys. In newest Photoshop version, some options has changed to advance. You can deselect the selection area via shortcut key. The shortcut key is Ctrl+D on the keyboard. You can go to the selection on the menu bar and click the deselect to remove selection. When you need to resize the selection area, click select on the menu bar and click transform selection. Then you can resize the selection, and also you can move the selection area. As move tool that we discussed in previous tutorial, the transform selection acts as move tool. In addition to moving and resizing, you change your selection area via using Shift, Ctrl and Alt keys in the keyboard. It is very useful for your selection needs. Now we can see how to use this practically with one example. I select square shape on this picture and I copy the selection area. Then I paste it on the new layer. This is the first style of the rectangular marquee tool. You can try this yourself. Now we talk about feather on the option bar. It is very nice to learn. Let me show it for you. The edge of a typical selection is sharp. A selection's edges are gradually blended as it is feathered. Consider the difference between a line made with a felt tip marker and one drawn with a pencil. When you wish to cut and remove items, feathered selections are helpful. You can change feather pixel size according to your need. I changed feather sized to 20 pixels and I draw selection as previous. In addition to draw a selection, all other steps is same as previous session. I draw a square shape area with feather pixel 20. You can see how change the edge of the selection area. It is nice difference from shaft edge square selection. As previous, I selected an area and copy that area and paste it into new layer. You can see that it is nicely created. You can make beautiful designs with this feather option. Try it now. Now I will show you both options together. This is a very small practical example. This is only for understanding the method of using rectangular marquee tool. You can make very beautiful creation after knowing all about these tools. In this example, I selected an area with and without feather option. Then I copied the selection area and pasted into new layers. I think that you can understand the steps that I made. The second selection of the rectangular marquee tool is the Add to Selection. You can click on the second selection icon in the option bar to open Add to Selection. The Add to Selection means that your choice will be added to the existing one on the screen each time you click and drag. When I draw selection, you can see how it works. This option will be very useful in your designs. The third selection of the rectangular marquee tool is Subtract from Selection. You can click on the third selection icon in the option bar to open Subtract from Selection. The Subtract from Selection means that once you've made a selection, you can click this icon to remove any more selections from the first one. When I draw selection, you can see how it works. This option also will be very useful in your designs. The fourth selection of the rectangular marquee tool is Intersect with Selection. You can click on the fourth selection icon in the option bar to open Intersect with Selection. The Intersect with Selection means that after your first selection, you make a second selection. Then it will create a new selection where the two selections overlap. When I draw selections, you can see how it works. In this session, I will show you all type of rectangular marquee tools together. If you have missed some steps in previous sessions, you can catch it in this part. Did you see the selection that I made in this session was very easy? I hope that you will practice yourself, and deliver better designs. There are 3 selection styles in the option bar. You can click the style and select the desired selection style. First one is normal. You can draw any size of selections as you wish. Second one is fixed ratio. You can change width and height of the selection on the option bar. Then you can draw the selection. As mentioned, I changed the width and height of the selection and draw. You can see the difference of normal style and fixed ratio. Last style is fixed size. You can select fixed pixel size on the option bar. I select 200 pixels for width and height for selection. This time I'm not need to draw selection because of fixed sized selection is generated automatically when I click. I change the pixels and draw again. Now you can understand the difference between these 3 styles. Until now, I showed you all about the rectangular marquee tool. I think that you know all details of rectangular marquee tool now. At the end of the tutorial, I'm going to show you small practical example for rectangular marquee tool. It is very easy. Try it with yourself. You can see that there is photo frame on this picture taken from pexel.com. I'm going to replace it on another photo. Let's see how rectangular marquee tool is used in practically. I'm going to replace the frame on my YouTube channel logo. I dragged and dropped the logo onto the layer. Then I decrease the opacity of the logo. Next I zoom in via pressing shortcut key Z on the keyboard. After that I select the rectangular marquee tool and draw rectangle selection on the frame. Then create a new layer and rename it as logodesign. After that I copy the selection frame and paste into the new layer. Finally I delete the first layer that I dragged from the computer. Wow! It's a nice creation. This is a small practical. You can do very nice designs after learning Photoshop well. Practice is the best one for good outcome. Try this yourself. At the end of this tutorial, I hope that you learnt a lot of things from this tutorial. I'm very happy to sharing my knowledge with you like this. I think that you gained something from this tutorial. I hope to bring you new Photoshop tutorial in next video. If you are interested with this, please join with me and feel free to subscribe my channel. Please be kind enough to leave comment on the comment section. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.